from fear to freedom, from anxiety and overthinking to some nice birds flying past out the window. From anxiety and overthinking to peace and what they call in Zen, no mind, where thoughts cease to exist. The endless chatter that goes on in your mind stops. And there is presence, there is an awareness of what is, of reality. So let's start with fear, because fear is a major problem in the modern world. Humans are very fearful, and this is down to a few reasons. It's partly our survival instinct, our evolutionary reptilian brain, which hasn't quite evolved yet to deal with modern life, and hugely from conditioning, from media, from our education. Particularly in the West, we have a very fearful culture. But to resolve the root of the fear and to go from this overthinking mind and essentially suffering, we can use many practices. There are many tools, and some will work better than others at certain times in your life, and you simply need to feel, don't think, feel into what resonates with you more. So I say feel, don't think, because actually if we live by feeling instead of thinking so much, then we solve one of the main problems straight away. We're just overthinking too much. And perhaps the best way to resolve this without using some kind of quick fix is to meditate. And there are many complex opinions and methods of meditation. However, this method I'm talking about here is meditation in its essence, which is to observe your thoughts with a detached awareness. Even that sounds too complicated. Just watch your mind. Watch your thinking mind. You don't have to be sitting quietly and still. However, that is a very good practice. You can watch your thinking mind as you're walking. You can watch your thinking mind as you are listening to this. You can watch your thinking mind more and more with awareness and non-judgment. And what you can then choose to do is to let go of the thoughts. Observe a thought, let it go. Observe a thought, let it go. If you don't desire to have all these thoughts, especially if they are fearful thoughts, especially if they are just worries and irrational thoughts, just practice letting them go. Exhale them out. The analogy of the sky with the clouds A cloud is like a thought passing in the sky. Let it go. It just comes and it goes. They're just thoughts. They are not you. It's very important to understand that you are not your thoughts. You are way, way, way more than your thoughts. Now, for many, many people, meditation on its own is not going to be an easy path. And that's where we can use forms of dynamic meditation, exercise, running, dancing, shaking, yoga, many, many tools, breath work. The breath is intimately connected to the mind. But for now, just focus on this key point of spending some time and putting some awareness into becoming aware of your thinking mind and observing it, letting it go. Observing, letting go. The more you let go of the thoughts, the less importance you give to the thoughts, and therefore, the less the thoughts become so prevalent in your mind. And your mind will become quieter more and more easily over time. With this quieter mind and with this awareness on our thinking process, we can let go of fear. And it can be very useful to ask yourself some questions when fear does arise. So, for example, why am I afraid? What am I afraid of? And who is it that is actually afraid? That third question may be a little bit confusing or strange sounding. But when I say who is it, are you really afraid? So for example, if you were to run into a tiger in the jungle in India, and all of a sudden you felt a fear for your life, compare that fear to standing up in front of an audience and speaking about a subject that perhaps even you're fairly confident in talking about, yet there's a fear there. Tiger threatening the life, audience threatening who? The ego, the personality that you've created throughout your life, who you think that you are, is not you. And the threat to that ego or personality is pretty absurd if you really think about it. So just practice becoming aware of this and noticing when fear arises, when fearful thoughts arise, when it starts to spiral. What is it that you're afraid of? And who is the one that is afraid? I'll leave it there for today. Let's live with freedom, peace, and joy. No need to fear. No need to worry. It's all perfect.